Every once in a while, you get a project close to home that has a childhood connection. The Roaring Camp and Big Trees Railroad has always been a family favorite and a pretty cool destination, especially if you like trains. One of the things that makes this place so special is the sound of the whistle on engine number 1, the Dixiana, a 2-truck shay built by the Lima Locomotive Works in 1912. It's a unique sound that's slightly different from most 3-chime whistles, a sound that has been the signature of the railroad for more than 60 years. Recently, the Dixiana had lost her voice and was in need of repair. Since we had completed a restoration on the Heisler's whistle a few years ago, we were asked if we could help with the Dixiana. When the whistle arrived in our shop, I realized why the sound was so different than most standard 3-chimes. It was made by the H. Belfield Company in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a company known for making valves and other steam-related appurtenances, but was not known for making whistles. According to the engineers on the Dixiana, the whistle was starting to get breathy, wasn't easy to feather, and wasn't blowing as it once used to, giving an almost anemic sound. We started the work by disassembling the entire whistle, and some of the problems were pretty obvious. The poppet valve was worn well beyond repair, and the valve seat was completely flattened. The steam admission slit was out of round and not concentric. The valve guide was egg-shaped and worn beyond repair, but not unexpected given the use this whistle gets on a daily basis. We started the repair by pressing out the old worn valve guide and then machining the valve seat back to a standard profile. Once the seat was renewed, the bowl was mounted in the lathe for the inside diameter of the steam admission slit to be trued up. There was a large flat spot on one side of the bowl that required a pretty heavy cut to get the bowl back to being round. The next step was to machine up a new valve guide and press it into the bowl. Once it was complete, a new poppet valve was machined from a solid piece of bronze, and a stainless steel tip was installed to help reduce wear. A new spring retainer cap was needed since the original hex was damaged to the point that a pipe wrench was now used to loosen the cap to service the valve. Once all the valve parts were complete, we started in on removing a large dent on the top of the bell. We usually don't work on dents or dings, but we were confident we could remove this one with no damage to the brass castings. A new fulcrum pin was made to replace the nut and bolt that had been used to secure the fulcrum arm, and all that remained was a little polishing, and then off to Roaring Camp to give her a steam test. The Dixiana now has her voice back, and the sounds of my childhood once again mingle among the redwoods. We can't thank the Roaring Camp and Big Trees Railroad enough for allowing us to be part of their railroad history.